Friends, another day given to us. Let us, while performing our outer duties, minimum whatever we have to, let us do our inner duties of becoming very clear through the study of the Upanishads about what is the self, what is truth, what is reality, what is not self, what is bondage, what is liberation, how to enter into that liberated state of bliss and beatitude. Let us spend our today with all our possible classes. We'll have our Upanishad Yoga Darshanam now, then the remaining things as the time gives us permission. Let us start with our Shanti mantras, with our Chamaka Prashna Parayanam and also Taittiriya Upanishad. Om 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओं श्री वेदव्यास वैशंपायन आज्ञवल्क्य आद्यशंकरादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानां परब्रह्मणः श्रुतिमादनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृतकङ्कणबद्धसाधकानां सर्वरक्षणाप्राप्त्यर्थं शक्ति साधना अनुकूलता सिद्धि द्वारा विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम श्री चमक प्रश्न से पारायणम तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनम वयम सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ चमक प्रश्न पारायणम. Let us do. Yesterday we have seen two from the third and fourth. In this we are asking Lord Shiva to bless us with everything with which our outer inner lives are not only comfortable but they make it convenient for our innermost spiritual journey. Here we are asking Bhagavan Shiva or Rama or Krishna, all are one Lord only, who dispenses what the devotees seek through various upasanas and prarthanas. ॐ शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे अमृतञ्च मे अयक्ष्मं च मे अनामयश्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रं च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सोषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे ऊर्क्ष मे सोनृता च मे पयश्च मे रसश्च मे घृतञ्च मे मधु च मे सग्धिश्च मे समेधिश्च मे कृषिश्च मे वृष्टिश्च मे जैत्रं च म औद्भिद्यं च मे रयिश्च मे रायश्च मे पुष्टं च मे पुष्टिश्च मे विभु च मे प्रभु च मे बहु च मे भूयश्च मे पूर्णं च मे पूर्णतरं च मे क्षितिश्च मे कूयवाश्च मेऽन्नं च मे क्षुश्च मे व्रीहयश्च मे यवाश्च मे माशाश्च मे तिलाश्च मे मुद्गाश्च मे खल्वाश्च मे गोधूमाश्च मे मसुराश्च मे प्रियङ्गवश्च मे नमश्च मे श्यामाकाश्च मे नीवाराश्च मे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यकांतर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत् सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रणीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुमयि पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरचयिनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ओमथ शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवदो तद्वक्तारमवदो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओमथ पञ्चमोऽनुवागः। ॐ विज्ञानं यज्ञं तनुदे कर्माणि तनुदेवि च विज्ञानं देवाः सर्वे ब्रह्मज्येष्ठमुपासते विज्ञानं ब्रह्म चेद्वेद तस्माच्चेन्न प्रमाद्यते। शरीरे पाप्मनो हित्वा सर्वान् कामान् समश्नुत इति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य तस्माद्वा एतस्मात् विज्ञानमयात् अन्योन्तर आत्मानन्दमयः तेनैष पूर्णः स वा एष पुरुषविद एव तस्य पुरुषविदताम् अन्वयं पुरुषविदः तस्य प्रियमेव शिरः मोदो दक्षिणः पक्षः प्रमोद उत्तरः पक्षः आनन्द आत्मा ब्रह्मपुच्छं प्रतिष्ठा तदप्येष श्लोको भवति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Saluting Parabrahma Tattva, Shruti Mata, all Brahma Vidya Acharyas, Rishi Muni Guru Devata, especially Vedavyasa Vaishampayana, Yagnavalkya and the Bhashyakara Adi Shankara and also our own Swaguru and all the Guru Parampara, Gotra Parampara. In life, let us not caught up or hooked up only to few things for the happiness. Let us have the divinity also the source of happiness in our life. In our non-information regarding spirituality, we only hold on to things and beings who are not permanent, who are not continuous. In giving the required respect or love or happiness, therefore again and again we get disappointed. Is it not? So, along with that, when we have the Lord also for the source of happiness, whenever we don't get the required peace or happiness or help or comfort from the world, because people are also having their own way of life, their own priorities, their own knowledges and ignorances. So, we cannot be helped by people around all the time. Therefore, let us tune to the Lord also, and actually, He is the one who is the giver of everything to everyone. And in the pursuit of comforts from the Lord through upasanas also, let us be regular and sincere. Some nitya anushtanas, nitya prarthanas, nitya upasanas, nitya stotra patanams must be there, in which a very good falashruti is mentioned, in because of which, or study of which, or paranam of which, or upasana of which, by Bhagavan's grace, the life is decently comfortable. Thereafter, in the third step, we have to enter into the study of Tattva Shastras also. Listen to Tattva Shastras also. Listen to the Tattva Vishaya Vakyas also. First level is what? Depending too much only on things, beings, getting disappointed. even for dharmartha kama. Second level what? Giver is Lord only. Therefore, through various upasanas, we seek what we need, even dharmartha kama, the Lord only, from Him only. And for that, it's not just asking Bhagwan, take care of me, give me this or that, but there should be regular upasana, regular japadi anushtana, regular stotradi pathanam, regular prarthana to the Lord. Plenty of these stotras and guidances are given to us by rishis, munis. Thousands of them are there in all our shastras, etc. But because even these things are not permanent, slowly we should have the readiness to listen to at the third level Tattva Shastras, which talk about the truth, the reality, etc. Now, here what problem comes is we listen to the Tattva Shastras like you and I are doing academically, with less importance given, value given, and taking it just lightly, only as an information. That's how everybody goes through, there's no doubt. But in the fourth stage, after this, when we listen to the Tattva Shastras, we have to start becoming serious about them, sincere about them. You and I, nowadays, through our study of Shastras all day, we are trying to enter into that zone from the information gathering level, which itself is a great thing because everybody is not ready to listen to Tattva Shastra. People are not ready for any upasana spirituality. दे से कि कुछ हो जाए कि भगवान ब्लेस करे कि हमको सब कुछ मिल जाए. But people being somewhat decent, good, doing here and there some good karma, punya karma, the Lord up above seeing it, whether they believe in him or not, as a result of that good deeds, he goes on giving what is required, needed. अदर देन दैट लोगों को बताओ डेली आधा घंटा उपासना पूजा करो 1 hour जप करो दे cannot lazy kali yoga some are doing we don't talk about exceptions we talk in general that is what the ghosha or Shukdev ji also made in front of Parikshit ji while telling the adharma of the Kali Yuga people how much they get lost in the worldliness. So from that we come to upasana in that also be regular, sincere, committed, properly, systematically. From that second step, we have to enter into the third level of definitely listening to Tattva Shastra. Many people are reluctant, hesitant, because through the Upasana, what they want, they are getting outer things, so they feel they are comfortable and all. But as we grow in age, as the time passes by, so many things happen in the changeable, eternally, ever continuously mutating world. It's not world is not the same all the time. People change, situations change. Total atmosphere only changes around. So we have seen the pandemics, vagara coming, attacking. How it happened, the whole world has shaken. Again, now it is surging up. Sometimes the world wars come, at the international level. National level also variety of calamities can come. We can't expect. In our own near and dear ones, in our own family, within ourselves, in terms of health, etc. Anything can happen. So in all these situations, what gives us strength is none of the outer things. What gives us the ability, stability to withstand is only one, and that is the jnanam regarding tattva. Siddhanta jnana also helps a lot. When we know that self alone is truth or reality, and all else is projected, it comes and goes. When we have full conviction of this knowledge, that helps us in coming out of that dukkha which we are facing from the outer world. Therefore, we have to listen to Tattva Shastra. It is a beginning only. Later on, as we said, we have to become more true and serious, sincere about. Regarding the Shastra, the theme set there and its practice as well as its experience. For example, we are studying now the Panchakosha Viveka. So it's a beautiful information. If one is thorough in this information, then itself it gives a lot of benefit. That these are all the koshas which are the anatma. But because taking as atma, whatever modifications happening on them, changes happening on them, birth and death happening on them, we are taking it on our head. See, this information itself reduces any dukkha happening at any kosha level at least 20-30%. And if somebody is aiming at wanting to experience himself to be pranamaya and not annamaya, and really tries and achieves on the seat of meditation, pakka, for that person, neither this Annamaya nor any of the Annamayas can become any more the points of attachment, and therefore the source of problem or misery. What an excellent achievement, Batao. Though it is not as easy as said, it takes a lot of sacrifices, a lot of meditations, lot of removal of all the deha related adhyasas, expectations. ये सब होता है. But Mano, somehow he tried, he consulted his guru. Guru, I am to trying to rise above Deha Tadatmya, but not happening. Where are the mistakes? What are to be rectified? Under the consultation, when the guru keeps guiding, accordingly does it. He may take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But once that achieved, Naham Dehosmi, all burdens of the worldliness are gone. It's a very subtle experience. It will be shocking in the beginning when you get it. But when you start establishing in it, it's the most enchanting. Then entire drama that is happening only on the Stula Sharira, in the Jagrada Avastha, no more has any influence at all. We will be relaxed in all these things that happen. Mhm. It's one of the very greatest excellent attachments. So, in this way, in our today's introduction, we just listen to Tattva Shastra and really relax yourself in life whenever anything happens at the Anatma Panchakosha level or Rupanamatmaka Jagat level, and then these listening to Tattva Shastra. Like 95% of people do it, that take it very lightly, only as an information. From that level, we have to transcend to the higher level of taking it sincerely, seriously. And there, take it as a challenge. Is it not? As an aim, as a goal, as a vision, that what I'm studying or listening in these Tattva Shastras about the Tattva, about the Paramatma, about the Atma, how can it be only at information level for me? Can I try to experience it? Why can't? Why should not I try? In that way, daily we have to add that type of positive thought. And accordingly, silently, secretly, of course, under the guidance of Guru and Shruti Mata, little by little, from the Atattva toward the Tattva, we have to travel in our convictions, in our identities on the seat of meditation. Then that's a complete, pure, beautiful, really rewarding and evolving spiritual life. Only at information we are there, it won't help. Na yamatma pravachanena, na medaya, na bahuna shrutena. तो प्रवचन देना सुनने में क्या होता है ना, बहुत मेधा बढ़ेगा. Information may come to us, but how it won't help, you have to really discover. This is where again a big leap we have to take in these subtler leaps of, you know, taking spirituality sincerely and walking spiritual paths to go beyond the non-spiritual anatma, all these places. It is Guru Krupa, it is Ishvara Krupa, which alone can help us push us. By our own selves, it doesn't happen easily. So maybe that way, understand all these things clearly, genuinely, and as we lived our life so beautifully, sincerely, so far in all aspects of duties. This new duty of spiritual evolution also, let us live with equal sincerity and seriousness for our own evolution, for our own happiness, for our own freedom. Dekho, when I am ignorant, who is bound is me only in my mind, in my outer activities, all the time conditioned, miserable. When I become wiser day by day, who first gets freed or liberated is I only from the clutches of my own mind created out of my own inner ignorances. अब ज्ञान बढ़ता जाए हमको ही रिलैक्सेशन होता है एनी ऑफ द फील्ड एनी मेडिकल if I have medical knowledge of at least small little diseases to cure through medicine, I am safe like everywhere. Now the spiritual knowledge is a reliever of all problems once for all. So, therefore, knowing these benefits, not only academically listening, which itself is a good achievement, but applying them not on others by giving permission to others, but on our own selves all the time. When I am the pure self, how I am behaving like Deha, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, is it not? So I'm contradicting my own wisdom with my own practice. Therefore, from today onwards, my practice, practical life, and theoretical knowledge should be in line with each other. How to do that? Is it not that curiosity, that inquiry? Gives everyone their own tips and ways to come out of the upaditadatmya and become subtler and deeper in their own inner meditational efforts. मजा आता है वो वाला जीवन. May the Lord, the Guru Parampara, Shruti Mata, bless each and every one of we, the regular sincere seekers, to slowly in this way transcend and reach to the higher levels of true spiritual sadhanas and also the revelations. May it happen. Now it is again Guru Ishvara Parampara Kripa, Guru Parampara Kripa, that we have taken up this Taittiriya Upanishad Adhyanam. We have come to the second Brahmananda Valli. In that also we have seen the goal indicated and the place of finding, also the efforts to find. To make it simpler as a guidance, Shruti Mata out of her kindness, Bhagavan Adi Shankara again because of his Karuna are giving us this way of transcending the Anatma and reaching to the Atma or Brahma. And the way technique given by them is Panchakosha Viveka. So in that also, Annamaya, the moment it is said, we should become aware of that my Annamaya, others Annamaya, total Annamaya. So to my Pranamaya, the your Pranamaya, total Vayu Pranamaya. So to my Mana, your Manomaya, Samashti Mana. Like today we will see in our Telugu class. Tapasa chiyate brahma tato nama vijayate annat prano manah satyam lokaha karma suchamrutam. The expression of the Lord in the form of Srishti at the total level. So my manomaya kosha, your manomaya kosha, other person's mano, and samashti mano. All of them are not the self. Okay, they have these capacities, these purposes. The binding purpose, the duty purpose, the helping for realization or moksha purpose. Every of the things given, when not understood, absolutely wrongly used or misused, becomes cause of bondage. Binding purpose. Second is the duty purpose, like my deha. I can misuse to bind me by too much of attachment. I can use it to do my duties and clear off all debts. Same deha I can stay and use it in the service of Guru and Ishvara, through whose grace I travel towards my spiritual goal. So to mana everyone. Then the Vijnanamaya Kosha also is there, Vesti and Samishti level, your and mine, etc. Even that also is Anatma. All that we have seen. Inside this Vijnanamaya is the Anandamaya, of which these beautiful mantras of the Anuvaka 5 we were seeing from last few days along with Bhashyam. So in that Anandamaya Kosha, it is also a Kosha, it is not Brahma Vastu. It is inside the Vijnanamaya Kosha, and for this Ananda of the Anandamaya Kosha Sthita Bhokta, that the Vijnanamaya Sthita Karta, using the Vijnana of the Vijnanamaya Kosha, does the Vijnanam Yajnam Tanute Karmani Tanute Vicha. Therefore, Anandamaya kosha is inside Vijnana. Then these Anandamaya koshas, Ananda depends on the Vijnanamaya koshas doings of Vidya Karma. Vidya Karmanoho Phalandam Anandam. And this Vidya or Upasana or Karma, because of their different degrees of intensities or the depths or sincerities, so too Anandamaya kosha also has not the same grade of Ananda, it gets on fluctuated. This we have understood yesterday. All that we are just repeating. So essential because after this knowledge, we don't depend on others for our Anandamaya Kosha's Ananda even. We depend only on our Vidya and Upasana and Karma. That's why daily Upasana and daily Sangha Sevadi Karma, Punyadi Karma. Then through anyone, Bhagavan will send us the Anandamaya Kosha's Ananda. Okay. Now the technical explanation is given to us so beautifully. Okay. After telling that the Priyameva Shiraha, Modo Dakshina Paksha, Pramoda Uttara Paksha, Ananda Atma. These are the four limbs of, fifth one we are yet to see Pucham, the four limbs of the Anandamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Purusha, Anandamaya Pakshi were told. Having said that, while explaining the Ananda Atma, you know, of the Anandamaya Kosha, the technical way of how we get Ananda that is explained to us. See, because of the Vidya and Karma, through Putradi, Ishtaputradi, Ityadi, because of them, when our Antakarana Vritti is Prasanna and Tamo Rahita, attentive. In the Antakarana Vritti, the Brahmananda gets Pratibimbita as Anandamaya Kosha Ananda. These are all very subtle technical things. People can't understand it, they don't listen only. See, Tadhi Ananda only, Parabrahma Ananda only expresses as Ananda at Anandamaya level, Kosha level. So Param Ananda iti Param Brahma, undoubtedly Bhagavan has said Tadhi, that Parabrahma Ananda only Shubha Karmana, because of all Punya Karmas of variety that are done. What happens at that time? That Shubha Karma, when makes the presentation of such Chitta, in that Chitta, Ananda reflected. Which chapter of Chitta? Pratyupastapyamane Putra Mitradi Vishe Vishesha Upadhau Antakarana Vritti Visheshe Tamasa Aprachadhyamane Prasanne. In that Vritti, Anandamaya, Ananda Brahma expresses as Anandamaya Kosha. Therefore, happiness is the condition of the mind, thoughts, resulted by the punya karmas done by us. Not knowing this, without creating the condition of ananda in the antakarana through punya karma, either we are doing bhava karma or we are begging the people or we are depending on things and circumstances and situations. That's why lot of examples we gave. People in the highly happy situations around also find their mind to be in a miserable, in a unconducive state because of which instead of ananda reflecting, the dukkha only comes into their mind. Another extreme, all the things around are in sixes and sevens. Yet people have such a antakarna vritti in which Ananda Brahma is expressing as Anandamaya Kosha. और ऐसा कैसे हो रहा है इसको even though outside situation is conducive but his papa karma made at this moment his antakarna should be such sukha is not reflected in that. The other fellow, though outside situation is very bad, yet at that moment his antakarna vritti vishesha has expressing or is at the stage where it can express Brahma Ananda as Anandamaya Kosha. It's all very funny in the world, you know. In some people इतने बड़ा बुरा सिचुएशन में वो लोग रोते दुखी होते नहीं और काय को उनका चित्त ऐसा है उस समय अदर्स एवरीथिंग अराउंड इज गुड बट दे आर मिजरेबल लाइक द ऑर्डिनरी कॉमन मिडिल लोअर मिडिल क्लास गृहस्थास Just because of not doing any punya karma, their antakarana is always such a bad shape. Instead of expressing ananda, हमेशा चिड़चिड़ चलता रहता है, लड़ते रहते हैं, झगड़ते रहते हैं. They create their own hell. Hmm. You just see them. एक दूसरे का जमता नहीं हो. They can't stay together. They fight. अरे राम राम ऐसे नरक है. They when you look at them, अभी अभी ये कुत्तों के पशुओं के योनि से ह्यूमन में आए. With all the samskaras. You see that? Very pathetic to see. And it's only just to change your mind through the upasanadi to such a state that the Brahma Ananda expresses there as Ananda. How can you depend on Vastu and Vyakti for the Ananda? Which is illogical, when you think deeply. The Vastu Vyakti Vishesha come in our life because of our Punya Baba Karma as a messenger, or porters, or a courier service to give the result of our Punya Karma, Baba Karma as dispensed by the divine. These are how important you see now. Our entire definition of the Ananda changed now, and the means of Ananda also changed. What is the definition of Ananda for us now? Not Brahmananda. Anandamaya Kosha Ananda is what? It is the Brahmananda reflecting in a Vritti Vishesha, a mind's thought only. So definition of Ananda changed now. It is not in the hands of things or beings around. Unnecessarily we have put in their hand. That's why Puja Gurudev's famous quotation, don't put the key to your happiness in someone else's pocket, and they went away with your key of happiness in their pocket. How important is that thought, you see? So the definition of Ananda is this. Then the means of Ananda is Shubha Karmana, Punya Karmana, Vidya Karmana. Keep on being in them. कहीं ना कहीं से आ जाए वो. An unknown person from foreign land will come and stay with you for 2-3 months, and he can give happiness. If your punya deserves that, so do if the papa deserves. कोई ना कोई आकर कोई बाम फेंक के जाएगा, वो सर पे ही गिरेगा अपना ही. Out of thousands people, it will fall on our head. Is it not? How important? And then same thing at a higher level is even this Ananda, which is Punya Karma Syaya, is also not Brahmananda and conditional. Therefore, it is also not permanent. Then seek the permanent eternal happiness by trying to identify this eternal Parabrahma Tattva. That is our ultimate goal, should be. So here it is said, this Ananda is called as Vishayananda, but that Shubha Karma, because it ends or it is endful, its result called as that Vishesha Antakarana Vritti also ends. Therefore, the Ananda Pratibimba is not continuous. Therefore, the Sukha is not permanent. Kshanikam, that's what said. Okay. So, tad Vishaya Sukham iti prasiddham loke, but tad Vritti Vishesha Pratyupastapakasya Karmanaha Anavasthitatvad Sukhasya Kshanikatvam. Kshanikatvam is very careful, Bhagavan Adi Shankara, while mentioning all our sukhas are kshanika only. In the sense, kya? You don't even eat the ice cream, a little bite of it, thoda नीचे गिर गया, that sukha जाकर दुख हो जाता है. Or somebody else is looking at it, instantly, instead of being happy, he become miserable. और किसी के साथ शेयर करना पड़ेगा. या there is a fear कि यार I am तो आइसक्रीम तो खा रहा हूँ, सर्दी तो नग लग जाएगा. Instead of enjoying ice cream, he is suffering because of fear that it will catch a cold. How you understand? Kshanika bhi nahi. Immediately the other thoughts have come which are not expressing the Brahmananda as Ananda. Now it's very good analysis if we really go in detail into it. Is it not? That is why those who do extreme punya and upasanas and all, for them every situation outer creates such an inner mind that it always reflects Ananda, Brahmananda. So for them, right from beginning, first of all, born in good family, who have rich also, who give love also. And from then onwards, anything outer objects they need are given in such a way that inner minds are no problem. Anybody gives them gift, that is the gift which they love. Whichever school, college they are sent, all lecturers love that person. Friends are friendly. कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं. And when they get into नौकरी, the best place, best post with best boss are subordinates. अरे वाह, अब शादी हो जाती है ना, wonderful, whoever it is. Very loving, very good matching, height, weight, color, financial position, status in the society, mindy matching, सब इतना बढ़िया. आप हंस रहे होंगे सुनकर, स्वामी जी काहे का इम्पॉसिबल एग्जाम्पल दे रहे हो. दे आर पीपल and they get children also very cute and very good. Every time they are getting outer situation in such a way that their inner mind is always having that type of Vishesha Vritti in which Brahmananda is reflected as Ananda. हमेशा ऐसे they live long life, healthy life, no diseases. Even the family members also long living. Oh, maja. I'm just giving an example, which are there many people. And how all these happen to them? Punya karmana, shubha karmana, pratyupastapyamane, antakarna vritti visheshe, anandamaya expresses is called as abhivyajyate. Abhivyajyate means expresses. अभिव्यक्त होता है. In the other people, punya is not done, papa karma is done. Therefore, their antakarna vritti is totally block the sukha or ananda. Therefore, doesn't express it. They are always perennially miserable. The other example. Born in a poor family, mother or father is young, can't get any school part ready. पैसे भी नहीं होते, खाने को भी नहीं, देन बर्तन मांजना. वहां से लेकर then she gets married to a fellow who is also drunkard. Very negative. And the children born with some physiological impairments. Miserable. Don't you see the other extreme? Who are those examples given, Jivas? You and I only, depending on our own punya papa. From those examples, we have to understand, seeing where we are now, as to what we might have done in the past. Now, therefore, what you want to be in the future, for that, what is to be done in the present, do it. That is why they say avoid papa and adharma, do punya and dharma, even transcend that, only do your tattva vicharana to discover your satyam jnanam anantam brahma yaveda netam vahaya. And it is not rewardless. Such a discoverer of the Brahman, yahasaha ashtute sarvan kaman, saha brahmana vipashita. Every of the things he will be experiencing. Means the joy of every gain is his joy. Therefore, this Vedantic pursuit is not the dividend-less or result-less. No, it's the highest benefit giver. There is no greater bliss than Brahmananda gained through Adhyatmic sadhana. We have to be very clear, convinced about these things. So, up to this we have seen. So, now, next is what? Tad vritti vishesha pratyupastavakasya karmana anavasti tattvat. That punya karma being unstable or not permanent, which is creating that vishesha vritti in which Ananda Brahma is expressing Anandamaya, because of its non-stability, sukhasya kshanikatva. Yesterday we saw this. Now comes what we already said. Lagatar punya karma upasana karte raho, so that it creates such a vritti where always Ananda only expressed. And such people, they are so wise. ऐसे जिनका मैंने एग्जाम्पल लिया पॉजिटिव, इन सम केसेस सडनली देर से उनको बैठने को कुर्सी नहीं मिला, या खाना प्रॉपर जो डेली मिलता है नहीं मिला, 5 स्टार, ओनली ढाबा वाला खाना. इवन देन दे रियली शिट. So what, I eat anyway every day 5 star food, today I'm eating it, it's also good. हाँ, कोई नहीं, सीट नहीं तो हम खड़े हो जाएंगे. You understand their vritti because of punya. Not only outer situations are good, sometimes even the outer is not good. Inner mind is made in such a way that they accept. Somebody questions them, somebody doubts them, somebody points out to them. वो लोग उसको भी खुश मिजाज में ले लेते हैं. There are some people, they don't get reacted to anything. I've seen some great, and the other fellows, आ बैल मुझे मार, लोगों को पुला बुला के उनके द्वारा डंडे खाते हैं. And for them, even some good thing also given in that they find fault. Good food is given of 4 or 5 varieties. So, like bhais is eating, but in one item there is less salt, and you become so miserable because of that. Why did you add less? Because at that time his antakarna vritti is such which is blocking the happiness. Therefore, because of little salt less, he is miserable. Then he चिल्ला के मांग लेता है, and then out of anger he adds more. अब देखो, less salt is always a little better than more salt. You can't even eat it. No, others are watching. Then out of obligation, he will eat that salty food only and suffer double. This is what happening to us in our life. All these gross happenings only we are focusing and going through experiences, not understanding the subtle causes behind them. The two subtle causes are one, the antakarna vritti vishesha, beyond that is the punya papa karma which you have done earlier. Okay, now here the 4 5 sadhanas out of his karuna, Bhagavan Adi Shankara ji is giving us so that our antakarna maintains always that vritti which reflects a Brahmananda as Ananda, though it is not the goal. The goal is going beyond even Anandamaya Kosha and establishing in the Swarupa Brahma Anand. Is it not? And it is very intellectually, logically put in front of us without any emotional blackmail. Karo to karo, nahi to nahi. What is the emotion about? If you want sukha, you should have the antakarana vritti, which should reflect the Anandamaya Kosha, Ananda of the Brahma. Further, these are the Sat karma, Shubha karma, Punya karma, Vidya karma, Upasana karma. अब करो नहीं मैं नहीं करूंगा मत. One thing we should learn from today, though it looks to be little, है ना, but अपने तरफ अपने लिए go on doing शुभ कर्म and पुण्य कर्म. Okay, उपासना लगातार. Tell your children, if they don't do, kick the fellow, means kick them from the mind. Don't insist on others and make a papa instead of doing your own punya. बताओ बस उसको, अरे logically this is what you have to live. It helps you. If you don't do, this is what you do. Because of which these are the problems. I तो told, like, I am not responsible. I am there to help you, encourage you, inspire you, give you resources. फट 2 मिनट में वो डिस्कशन खत्म करना. मेरे चिल्ड्रन, ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन, डॉटर इन लॉ, सन, बुलाओ, लेफ्ट हैंड राइट लगाओ उनको, मार्च पास करा के बिठा के बोलो एक दिन बस, दिस इज हाउ द लाइफ हैज टू लिव अस टुगेदर. Thereafter, don't even care them. You just become busy in your punya karma and upasanas and all. जब तक outer punya karma and things you can do, you do. When the age doesn't permit, do the puja upasana at your own house. वो भी नहीं कर सकते, जहाँ बैठते हो बैठ कर भगवान का नाम लेते जाओ. And ask the Lord give to such antakarana which not only reflects Anandamaya as Ananda, but antakarana should be conducive to rise even beyond Anandamaya to reach the Brahma Anand. इस तरह में कुछ जीना है. This is called knowledge. In the absence of this knowledge, there is a delusion. Delusion is like trying to change the people who doesn't want to listen us, not even respect us, are trying to eke out happiness from those sources which are bent upon not giving. This is delusion. Like I just feeling that some of you should come regularly in the class. Listen, this is my biggest delusion. Why should I expect? I do my class. Who deserve they come? Who doesn't do, why should I bother? I'm doing honestly my job. See, seva is different. The Guru Parampara has given us this knowledge. Then let us spread this knowledge to maximum. As a part of that only we are doing. Whatever is in our control. Beyond that is delusion. Is it not? Throughout the life, let us not anymore suffer those things which are in our hand, not in our hands, born out of our own delusory insistences. कुछ नहीं. अपना समय do in punya karma, anupasana karma, for the convenient good vrittis which reflect Anand. As a human, we should not afford to suffer. If not Brahma Ananda, at least मन में शांति रखो तो आनंद से रहो. And some are so much addicted to their misery. एक दिन कोई मिजरी नहीं मिला तो कुछ करके वो मिजरेबल होते हैं. Unable. Now the four sadhanas said, out of them two we have exhaustively discussed, third little we have touched, fourth thing we have to see. And these are all seen hundreds of times earlier. In this context, they are told very systematically, logically. These are the ways the life has to be lived, by which Vishesha Antakarana Vritti is given to us, in which Brahmananda reflects as Ananda. That's called Anandamaya Kosha. What are they? See, tad. Tad means tad antakaranam. Our own antakaranam. Yada. When. When. Tapasa. By doing tapasya. What is tapasya? We have seen yesterday. Giving up is tapasya. Giving up our present slavery to indriyas for the sake of the objects. That is called as tapasya. Tapasa. Antakaranam. Quietening it. Tapaha is manasascha indriyanam ekagryam paramam tapaha. That is already discussed so many times. Tapasa. Second is what? Tamognena. And how the tamas ignorance goes away? Vidyaya. See, tamognena and vidyaya. You can talk about them as two different things. We can join them, say vidyaya tamognena. So, because tapasa, vidyaya, brahmacharyena. See, this is what we are told in our Prashnopanishad also. When all the 6 disciples go to Pipala, the Rishi immediately did not give Brahmagnana. What did he say? एक साल रहो फिर पूछो. मैं पूछ जवाब देता हूँ. And एक साल जब रहना है, कैसे रहना? Do you remember what did he said? भूय एव तपसा ब्रह्मचर्येण श्रद्धया संवत्सरम संवत्स्यथ अथ प्रश्नान् पृच्छत यदि विज्ञास्यामः सर्वमहवो वक्ष्याम इति. In the same way, even you can see in the Kaivalya Upanishad, Adihi Bhagavo Brahma Vidyam Varishtam Sada Sadbhihi Sevyamanam Nigudham Yachirat Sarva Papam Vapohya Parat Param Purusham Upaiti Vidyam Divyam. Guru says, when he says Adihi Shraddha Bhakti Asmai Sahovacha Pitamahascha Shraddha Bhakti Dhyana Yogadavaihi. You only get it by these yogas. Okay? These are the 3 things. Always remember. Tapasa, brahmacharyena, shraddhaya. Tapasa is indriya mana nigraha. Brahmacharya is studying the shastras, contemplating and doing all the shastrokta upasanadi karma. Shraddhaya, shraddhan guru and bhagwan and shastra till the goal is reached. श्रद्धा नहीं है तो बीच में हम रोक देते हैं. श्रद्धावान कभी छोड़ता नहीं. लाइक वी हैव श्रद्धा इन आवर क्लासेस, therefore we are not leaving even though situations sometime are asking us to. कुछ न करके क्लास में बैठना है श्रद्धा के कारण. नहीं है तो we create excuses to leave the classes. श्रद्धा, whichever the place we have श्रद्धा, we do it by how coffee, चाय, breakfast, TV. इसमें इतनी श्रद्धा है, कुछ भी करके we reach there. Our own children, grandchildren, so much Shraddha. We go on thinking as to how to communicate to them, talk to them, because the Shraddha is there. And the places are people where we don't have Shraddha. Even if they call us, हम लोग काट देते phone. हम कहते हैं busy थे. So among these 4, tapasa we have seen, manaha indriyanam, shuddhi, ekagrata, niyantrana. Second is what here? Tapasa tamognena vidyaya. So keep on studying the shastras under the guidance of acharyas with Bhashyam, so that the ignorance, the misunderstanding, the half understanding, the wrong understanding which were taken as right understanding, they all are called tamaha, they have to be removed. Through tapasya, indriya, mana, vishaya, tadatmya is controlled, and mana indriyas are brought into our control. Slavery to objects is removed, mind senses are controlled. This is tapasya. Tamognena, the tamas of the deha also, as a tamaha general is ignorance, is removed. How? By vidya. And here Vidya again is Upasana. है ना विद्या मीन्स उपासना इन दिस context again vidya means jnanam also so jnana rupi vidya removes tamas ignorance rupi tamas so to upasana rupi vidya if you define vidya as upasana that also remove the physical laziness because सुबह 4 बजे उठकर उपासना करना है तो you can't afford to sleep both way. Upasana is the word. If you take it as jnanam, it removes ignorance. Upasana is a word. If you take it as upasana, sorry, vidya is a word. If you take it as jnanam, it removes ignorance. Vidya is a word. If you take it as upasana, it removes the physical laziness, etc. And mental laziness also. Because nirantara mantrocharana karte karte, mind gathers a special alertness in which all the required jnana is revealed. So this way, first one is tapasa, second is तमोज्ञेन और तमोज्ञेन विद्यया दोनों मिलकर भी हमने देख लिया. Third one is what? ब्रह्मचर्येण. Brahmacharya we explained yesterday both ways. Self abnegation, control of the senses and the mind, etc. This is secondary. Primary is Brahma is Upanishads. Brahma is Vedas. Charya means chanting them, by hearting them, and in that, depending on our Varna Ashrama, whatever the Dravya Yajnas are told to be done, doing them. And finally, the Brahmacharya is Brahmani Charanam. Always in the Brahma Vastu only we have to revel in. Think about it. अभी हमको ये स्थिति आए नहीं. Though we are listening from 3 years the Shastras, पता नहीं अब थोड़ा कितना समय लगेगा कि our charanam is a mental movement, intellectual movement is always in Brahma Vastu. This is what is called a samadhana sthiti. In the Shamadhi Shatka Sampada, sixth one, what is samadhanam? Sarvadha sthapanam buddhehe shuddhe brahmani sarvatha. Tat samadhanam idi uttam. Always the chitta is contemplating only in the Brahma Tattva, not only in the seat of meditation, even when we are in the world outside. Open-eyed meditation, it is called as. Is it not? That's called as Brahmacharya at the higher level. Lower level Brahmacharya is Guru Shushrusa, staying in the ashram, following all the rules, curbing senses and the mind. This one, chanting the Veda mantras, doing the upasanas told by the Guru. These are all called Brahmacharya. At the higher level, the Vedokta Yajna Agadika Karna, which is Dravya Yajnatmakata, so too Upanishadukta Brahma Tattva Vicharana. These two are the higher definitions of Brahmacharya. Brahma mein charan karna. Moving in Brahman. Always. Charya or charanam, both are in Brahma. Charya means activity. Charanam means movement. So Brahmachari, Brahmani charate iti. Brahmani eva sarva charyaha karoti iti. Both ways. He does all actions towards the Brahman only and he is contemplating only on the Brahman. Brahmacharya. Okay? So, tapasa, tamognena, vidyaya, third brahmacharya. Fourth is very important, shraddhaya cha. Continuously having that shraddha in the ultimate goal. And the goal indicating Shastra and Shastra teaching Guru. When the shraddha is there, with these four things, tapasa, tamognena, vidyaya, brahmacharyena and shraddhaya. With all these five things, that antakaranam, nirmalatvam apadyate yavat yavat. As much it becomes freed from the mala of the rajas and tamas and gathers to the nirmalata of the sattva guna, that antakarana. Be attentive. Right now, because of earlier punya karma, temporarily for few seconds the mana antakarana is in sattva guna. In that the ananda is reflecting. Again, because of a lot of papa, mind is into rajoguna or tamoguna, ananda nahi ho raha. बट स्थायी भाव में हमने जब अपना अंतःकरण को सत्वगुणी बनाया by removing the mala of tamas and rajas, by making it nirmala. How? By these five sadhanas. Tapasa, tamognena, vidyaya, brahmacharyena and shraddhaya. Nirmalatvam apadyate yavad yavat. Therefore, all these sadhanas we have to do to bring the mind to the nirmalata all the time. Always through these things, mind should be made in not rajas tamas, but to stay in a exactly sattva guna. He meant this. Yavat yavat, tavat tavat. As much through these practices, antakarana is made nirmala, tavat tavat, vivikte prasanne antakarane. In that vivikta prasanna, exclusively calm and quiet antakarana, what happens? Ananda visheshaha. Not the Brahmananda, but the Vishesha Ananda. क्या होगा उसका? The उत्कृष्यते. उत्कृष्ट आनंद starts happening. Utkrishtate means depth of the ananda, height of the ananda. Vipuli bhavati means the expanse of the ananda. Maximum happy for maximum time. From this only Puja Gurudeva has given the motto for the samstha to give maximum happiness for the maximum number, for the maximum time is our motto. ज़्यादा लोगों को ज़्यादा समय तक ज़्यादा तरह से खुशियाँ देना. To give maximum happiness to maximum number for the maximum time. These are his words. सो वृत्ति विशेषता के कारण इस आनंद विशेष उत्कर्ष रूप से और विपुल रूप से मिलता है. Which is the educational institute which is teaching this one? Instead of Shraddha on positive things, we have Shraddha in negative. Instead of Brahmacharya, we are in Brahmacharya. Instead of Tapasya, we are in the Bhoga only. Instead of Upasana, we are only slaves to the people around. And instead of having tamas, tama removal, full of tamas, ignorance. And to all that added is arrogance. Ab dekho. Example given by our one of the books is what? A monkey, drunken, and bitten by a scorpion. मंकी कुड इटसेल्फ ही इतना डिस्टर्ब होता है वो, और उसने पिया और उसको एक बिच्छू ने काटा. हाउ इट लुक्स इज अवर माइंड. इट्स इटसेल्फ ही चंचला with so many of the desires, millions in that. Then took the moha madira and bitten by the scorpion of krodha or the kama. Ab batao, how can that mind have the ability to allow the inner ananda to express? Brahmananda to express. And nobody is talking this Atma Vidya, the inner Vidya means how to make yourself happy by being inside peaceful. They're running behind pieces of the world outside and therefore perennially miserable. आज से तो हमारा ट्रेंड बदलना चाहिए. Go on doing upasana and create, do all these things, keep the mind prasanna, in that let the ananda reflect. इतना लोग डबल दुखी होना है हमको देखकर. यार बिना कोई वजह का तुम खुश कैसे हो? जैसे तुम खुद खुशी कर रहे हो वैसे भी. We have learned the trick now how to maintain the prasannata of the antakarana through all this, so that inner Brahma Ananda always is expressed. Wow, beautiful it is. ये सुनने को इतना मजा आ रहा है, बट देना दुख का आदत हो करना हमको भी बेचैनी लगता है. Whenever we are given happiness, चिची मेरे को हमको नहीं चाहिए. I want to be miserable only. That wife or husband who beat each other every day, when they get separated for 1 week, they feel so lost. पता नहीं होते था इतने पीटते थे मेरे को. In that way, we are habituated to the fightings, to quarrels, to the miseries, to the frustrations, to the abuses, so much कि जब ऐसे चीजें बताए जाते हैं, we feel hard placed. We don't feel at home. हाँ मुझे ऐसे वैसे नहीं होगा. I'll be like that. That famous example, that सुअर, उसको पंचभक्ष भोजन दे दो, वो कहता है इसमें क्या आनंद है, मेरे को आनंद कीचड़ में ही है. In that way, we are so funny. We should know it. Others, if they say, we get offended. खुद हमको अंदर से पता होना है. So there is a way. By this sadhanas of tapasa, tamognena vidyaya, shraddhaya, brahmacharyena, we can bring the nirmalatva to the antakarana. As much we are doing them and bringing nirmalata to such extent, utkrishta ananda, vipulikrita ananda, which is our Brahmananda, expresses in the antakarana, which is not our goal. Our goal is pure, even beyond antakarana wala parabrahma. But आनंदमय कोश का आनंद का वजह बता रहे, तरीका बता रहे. Up to this we have seen. Then Vakshati cha, in this very Upanishad it will be said, Raso vai saha. The Paramatma is Rasa Sarupa, Rasa Gahyevayam Labdva Anandi Bhavati. See, having that Rasa, one becomes Anandavanu. Brahma is Rasa Swarupa, Rasa is Ananda. Direct Brahmananda is spoken, that is quoted to say that Ananda belongs to Brahma, expressed in the Anandamaya Kosha, when the Antakana Vritti is made nirmala by these sadhanas. Okay, Esha hi eva anandayati. See, it is said, okay, it is Anandamaya Kosha which is making jivas be happy. See, it's Brahma Ananda, sorry, explain. Brahma Ananda is the one which is bringing happiness to the people, and whenever they are happy, that is all Anandamaya Kosha. The last one is कि एतस्यैव आनंदस्य अन्यानि भूतानि मात्राम उपजीवन्ते. It is because of Brahma Ananda that all other beings, depending on their own status of Antakarana, are getting their respective Anandas. एतस्य एव आनंदस्य अन्यानि भूतानि मात्राम उपजीवन्ति. Depending on this Brahmananda only, all beings are getting their Ananda. Now you can see that birds, when they get their fruits, they are happy. Any animals get their prey, they are happy. Is it not? In this world, वो भी उनके अंदर वो ब्रह्मानंद का ही कारण है, which is expressing Ananda there. And when the elephant gets that big source of water, it goes into that, makes that khrinkara sound, takes that water, pours on itself. ये सब उसका अपना आनंद है. See, when that rains, first rains come, that some of the chataka bird, full moon come, that chakora bird. When again the rains come, that peacocks dance, or the beka beka of all the frogs, they are all having ananda at that time. You know, any of those, when they give birth to, like a cow having a calf, how ananda they are. सबका अंदर आनंद अपना अपना है. When the honeybee finds a good flower with wonderful nectar, it's all its own आनंद. अपने अपना अपने स्वभाव के अनुसार. You know, when a crow gets its own flesh or the meat, it is in its own आनंद. Is it not? When the child sees his mother, आनंद हो ना, स्कूल से बाहर आ रहा है और ईश्वर ने मदर फादर को देखा, एवरीडे ही इज वेरी हैप्पी. So why we have given all the example? Etaseva anandamayasya anyani bhutani matram upajivanti. All other beings are happy because of the ananda of the Brahma Swarupa only. It is a Shrutyantrat. Evam cha, another important thing with which tomorrow we'll do our study is Kama Upashama Utkarsha Apekshaya Shataguna Uttara Uttara Utkarsha Anandasya Vivakshyate. That we will see. So up to this is Ananda Atma is done. We have the fifth limb to discuss about Anandamaya Kosha. What is that? Brahma Bhucham Pratishtha. After that is done, tomorrow, then the sixth Anuvaka, as earlier, takes up again these two topics. First topic talks about the quotation of Rigveda to establish Anandamaya Kosha. Then the next portion talks to us about beyond Ananda as the Parabrahma. Or there are some questions, answers are there. It's a very, very subtle topics going to come. We'll study them also. Thank you. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. परमऋषिभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. ओम तत्सत्. Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. Yes, 2 minutes break.